What's up, guys? It's White Ramen again. I just recently rewatched Terrifier 2 and The Ninth Circle, Damien Leone's first short film. And I want to just give my thoughts and talk about the lore that I've since I rewatched it, and also thoughts on what might happen in part 4 after recently rewatching all this. So in part 2, we learned that their dad killed himself and rammed himself into a transformer and lit up himself on fire because he went crazy. And at the end of his life, he started becoming very abusive. So we find out that he has a sketchbook that he's drawn in there, characters. We have Sienna's character, her outfit in there. We have Art the Clown, which is weird. And we also have newspaper articles relating to Art the Clown's killings. And we also see Pale Girl's origin story in there, where she died somehow, and she was probably the daughter of 2 circus performers. Now, a theory could be that Art is probably the father of her, but we'll get to that later. We also see Sienna holding a demon head, which I'll get to that later as well. So what I believe happened to her dad, or their dad, is he probably went crazy because he was also battling these demons, and that's why he gave Sienna this sword, said, hey, you might need this later when you get older. I have a feeling he was aware of that world and he went crazy. He killed himself, allegedly, because I don't think we've seen entirely what happened other than people telling us. And he knew and was aware of that world, or was probably after Art. Also, okay, so that's their dad. Hold on, I wrote notes down just in case. So that's their dad. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that's their dad. Now, we also kind of learn Art's origin story a little bit, because if you look at the Clown Cafe scene in part 2, they talk about him being a circus performer. That we get to see a circus setting at the end of the movie, where the Pale Girls meet us at the old circus, where the Terrifier is at, hence the name of the movie. And underneath the circus show was this old looking catacomb area, and where you get to see a little portal somewhere of red lighting. What if Art really was the father of the Pale Girl? What if they were really human back then, and they ended up, he probably went crazy because he was demon possessed and stuff like this, by these people. Now I don't know exactly how, if he killed his daughter or she got killed by a demon. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's just a theory. And also too, since I recently rewatched part 2, it made me think of part 1's ending. Art, I thought Art was a human in part 1, but it made me question, because Art's not dumb. What if he killed himself on purpose to trick the authorities, knowing that he was pinned? Okay, they think I'm dead, boom, let me just try this out. And then he gets resurrected. What if he knew he was gonna get resurrected? What if he knew he doesn't die like that? So, because I used to believe he was just a human in part 1, but what if he killed himself on purpose, knowing he would come back to life? So that's another theory that I figured out as well. And I want to talk about too, about the Ninth Circle short film, which I only saw once a long time ago, but I recently rewatched it because seeing Sienna hold that demon head made me think, okay, what if that demon head is the demon, Satan from the Ninth Circle. Because I rewatched it. Go back and look at it. It's on YouTube. I saw the short, and a guy wearing a hoodie pulls down his hoodie, and he drinks, some blood. And his face reminded me a lot like the demon head that she was holding in her dad's sketchbook. So what if in part 4, since we're gonna have to go into the Ninth Circle or go into hell, what if she has to kill him at the end to end all this, like madness, because she's holding his head? And I think they talked about that being like her prophecy, or Jonathan saying how important she is to stopping all this. So what if we get a showdown at the end of that? And also too, I believe he's gonna use that, because when I saw it, I'm like, wow, this feels like hell. What if he's just gonna use that and like kind of like retouch it for part 4, and that's how we're gonna get to see his vision for hell? So I highly recommend you guys rewatching the Ninth Circle on YouTube, because it kind of gets you an idea of what we might see in part 4 for setting wise. Because I was like, damn, this is a freaking trip, dude, Jesus. And also too, funny enough, in the circus scene at the end of part 2, we see a bunch of characters with hoodies on sitting down, and I'm like, wow, where did we see this before? Ninth Circle. So I feel, and plus Ninth Circle at the end of part 3, I have a feeling we're gonna see the Ninth Circle's setting in part 4, which is gonna be insane, because the creatures, the demons looked all like disgusting and crazy looking. It's gonna look awesome, man. I hope he does it like that. So yeah, like I said, I recently watched this, and this has just made me rethink about everything. And now, what's the use of art? Like, what's the point of Art the Clown? I think art's being used for the purposes of the people running the show down there. And since Art has an attraction for Sienna and Jonathan, because why are they so fond of them? What do they do? They're just regular people, unless they're not. Just like at the end of part 3, Victoria wanted to use Sienna for a reason. So what if the people who run the show down there want to get Sienna, Jonathan, or whatever, because that's what they want, that's their plan this whole time, and her dad was preventing that from happening? So that's just my thoughts on this whole thing, because it makes no sense for Art to just be so fond of Sienna. Like, she's just a normal girl. She had nothing to do with the deaths of part 1. So why attack her, and why start showing up scaring Jonathan? You know what I'm saying? So I have a feeling they need her for whatever plan they got going on. Yeah, and so, yeah, like I said, Ninth Circle is available on YouTube for you guys to watch. It's a very trippy movie. It's just basically about a girl who's in a train station, and she sees Art the Clown. That's when he first ever showed up on camera. And he basically sedates her, and then she wakes up in this like hell-like world. I believe she's tied down, I don't remember, and she sees another female, tied as well, and then she sees a bunch of people with hoodies and come out of nowhere and do some kind of ritual. So that's not literally, yeah. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. This is just a quick little recap of what I recently learned. Well, I was aware of some of it, but I just wanted to talk about it. Last but not least, the crazy theory where Art might be Jonathan and Sienna's dad. Now, I get why people would think that. And there's just a lot of stuff that backs up that it couldn't be him. It just couldn't. Because why would he give her the sword just for him to be Art the Clown and kill him later? It makes no sense whatsoever. And because he was also having these visions and stuff like this, and etc. So yeah, I don't think Art is their dad. Like I said, it's a crazy theory, and I was thinking about it a while back, but I highly doubt that he is. It just makes no sense because there's a lot of evidence backing up that he couldn't be Art. Because I think he was a helper. I think he was a person who was also like into this world, and he went crazy because he was like also fighting them, and he killed himself. I don't buy that he killed himself. I think he probably was killed, but like I said, I don't know. It's just another speculation. So yeah, part 4, we're pretty sure we're gonna get to see the ninth circle like setting, and we're finally gonna get all these questions answered. I'll post a link in the description about the ninth circle. You guys can go watch it yourselves. If I might have missed something I haven't talked about, or if you guys have something else like theories or whatever, go ahead, leave it in the comments below. I'll be glad to like read them and talk to you guys about it. But yeah, I just want to talk about it really quick. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.